explain again exactly what you mean by being a person? What is a personal enlightenment?
So a personal thing is a sense of separation that arises, which is energetic, and out of that comes the sense of there being an identity, of there being a me, a self, an I. But there's a separate identity living in something called a story of me, the story of me. So it seems for the separate identity that it is real, I am a real person, and that everything that happens to me is real. And although the person will give lip service to the idea that there's something beyond that's unknowable, it still experiences everything only as real in a subject-object reality. It's an artificial reality in which whatever happens seems to be happening to this person, to this identity in here, this person called me. And out of that comes the idea, obviously, as I said, that this person has free will and choice, which neuroscientists have recently discovered is another fantasy. There's no such thing as an individual with free will and choice. It's an illusion that the brain creates. The brain creates the illusion of there being a me. It constructs an artificial identity in it, to deal with what it assumes is a separate world. So the me is simply a vehicle in the brain to deal with what is presumed to be a separate world. So the me is based on a complete falsehood. And also believes that it has free will and choice.
I refer to what we have been talking before the break. You have been talking about people, masters or gurus who...
Apparent
masters who are personal enlightened.
No, they believe they are, yes.
They believe they are enlightened, but how can they influence thousands of people with their energy?
Oh, easily.
Easily?
Because the me lives in a story, then the me is very attracted to the story of becoming personally enlightened. So it's very attracted to another me that said, I'm a me, and in this story I've become personally enlightened, and I can help you do the same thing. The whole thing is complete fantasy. But it's very attractive.
But these people, they say a lot of things happen to them inside. And months after this,
yeah, there's all sorts of stories about the wonder of being personally enlightened. It's a fantasy.
But how can I know who is...
You can't.
I can't.
Yeah, the only thing I would suggest is that if somebody... There are two things that I would suggest to you. One is, if somebody says they're personally enlightened, run as fast as you can. The other thing is that most times these days people don't say that because they know already that other people are suspicious
Doesn't
about
sound
that.
good.
But the other very easy way to see whether you're with somebody who's living in a fantasy is if what they do is there to help you. If somebody is offering to help you or promising to reveal something, or that they will help you transform or change or surrender or anything, then also run as fast as you can. Because the whole idea that there's someone there, some me there that can help another me find something or obtain something or surrender to something, that is another fantasy. It's easy to test. There's a lot that's all out there.
Yeah.
But what happens to these thousands of people?
Well, nothing happens because it's a story. Nothing. They live in the fantasy. They're already living in the fantasy of being a me, and then they live in the fantasy of becoming an enlightened me. Who cares? It's just wholeness playing a game which is again utterly meaningless. What's wonderful is there isn't anything meaningful either about somebody who is a me and then isn't a me. What we're talking about here is meaningless as well. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, but many people I know, they say it's the same, like they know a master or another master, it's the same what this master is telling, that it's the same that what you are telling.
Oh, right, okay.
So,
We've heard that one before.
For me, it never fails to surprise me in a way how powerful the mind is, how powerful the me is. The me will find any way it can, not to be absent. And that's one of the ways it does it.